Hi guys, this is Rals. Welcome back to Inside Jungle channel. If it's the very first time when you are on my channel, welcome and please hit the subscribe button in order not to miss any updates from my plants and my, as the name says, Inside Jungle. Now today, as promised last week, I'm gonna take care of this red Anthurium plant. I have it for maybe 2 months and a half and I'm so very happy with it. It's actually placed in our living room next to the TV, so every time we're watching the TV, we're watching this plant as well. It's beautiful and it has maintained its flower for the last 2 months and a half since it's in my possession. I have received it for my birthday, and at the beginning I didn't know how to take care of it. Why? Because I had a little cutting from the plant that is just outside our door in the common area, and that cutting did not survive. Yes, I killed it, I'm guilty. I do not know what happened. I tried to figure it out, the watering schedule. Maybe it was too little or maybe it was too much. Actually, 2 of my seedlings did not survive. So when I received this plant, I was excited, so excited. Look at it. It's a very beautiful small bush, I could say. And I was afraid I'm gonna proceed with it like I proceeded with my 2 other seedlings, like slowly killing them. Well, fortunately I waited long enough before I'm making this video, so I can tell you I'm successful in taking care of this red Anthurium plant. And how I take care of it? Well, I water it once a week, maybe once in 5 days if it's too hot in our living room. Now, Anthuriums are in the nature, again, in the nature, not in our pots, in our rooms. In the nature, they are epiphyte. That means they grow on top of other plants, they grow on top of maybe branches or rocks, in the crevices between wood or rocks. And they take their water supply and the nutrient supply from the humidity and from the rain. So, basically, in our pots, they do not like a very wet soil. So what I did, by watering it once in 7 days or 5 days, depending on the conditions in the house, I succeeded in offering the plant the right conditions for thriving. As you can see, the older leaves are very dark green. The younger leaves are lighter green, but I think they are getting there. This is actually a new leaf. I'm curious when it's gonna turn darker. As I'm gonna take it out from its mask, this is a pot mask. It's basically a pot without drainage holes and it looks very beautiful. I'm gonna slowly take it out. It has also some aerial roots. When they are emerging, they are quite solid and looking fine, but towards the end they are dry already because they didn't have any humidity in the air, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take it out of the pot, try to clean a little bit the soil on the top and around the roots, and after that I'm going to repot it. Let's gently pull it out if we can. Maybe not so gently. Okay, not that bad. And this is the roots. These are the roots. Okay, before I'm gonna clean all the soil up, I wanna show you the size of the current pot, which is this one, and the size of the next pot, which is this one. I hope you can see. Yes, you can. And let me show you the diameter of the very small one. The current pot is 12 centimeters in diameter. That means 5 inches. And the one that I chose to plant it in, to repot it in, it's 15 centimeters in diameter. That is 6 inches. Now, as you can see, it has 4 big drainage holes, and because I don't want the soil to run out of the pot, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take mosquito net, simple mosquito net from the hardware store, and I'm gonna place it over here. And it does cover it almost perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna take one more piece of mosquito net just to make sure. And when it's gonna be the time to repot it, you can use this pot with the same mosquito net if the roots are not tangled in it, and you can reuse it and reuse it time after time again. Okay, so the pot is set. Now let's clean these root systems. Here on top of the plant there are quite a few dry aerial roots and some dry, I think it's moss. And this is the reason why I could never check how humid the soil is, because on the top it was always dry and I didn't want to damage the aerial roots that are still okay. I'm gently removing part of the soil. And I'm going to make a mess again on my work area. I told you before, I'm not that kind of gardener that can keep the work area clean. I don't know how you guys do it. It's impossible for me. There is also that leaf that has to go away as well. Now, in nature, dead leaves are not a problem. They decompose naturally because of the natural elements. But in a pot, it's not advisable to keep the dead leaves or dead flowers because they do not have the same process of decomposition. It's just not okay. And we can build up some substances that we don't want to build up. Also, if you have some fungus, you might have them hiding over there in the upper part of the soil where the dead leaves or dead flowers are residing as well. Now, what I'm doing, I'm cutting a few of the very, very dry roots, aerial and the ones that were in the soil. We don't need that anymore. And this is how my root system looks like. I'm gonna put it on the side like this, gently. I don't want to tear apart any of the leaves or any of the flowers. In order to fix my soil, or my mosquito net over here, I'm going to use some of the existing soil. Because it's a little bit heavier than the one I have, it's more dense. And as for the soil mix I have prepared, it's pretty much the same one I'm using for my houseplants. I was inspired in making this mixture from my citrus mix. The citrus mix has peat and sand. So what I'm doing, I'm mixing peat with a little bit of sand and perlite. I'm quite generous with the perlite. I find that it really helps the soil drain out beautifully. Okay, now the mosquito net is covered. I'm going to add the mix that I made. As you can see over here, you can see the perlite. It's quite rich in perlite. And it has some fine particles of sand as well. Now the sand that I'm using is made out of grinded stone. I'm far away from a beach, so far away from the seaside, so I don't have access to that nice, beautiful shell sand. So I'm using what I have. Now, because I don't want to shock the plant too much, I'm going to mix 2 spoonfuls of its old soil as well. I'm going to give it a nice mix. It's still rich. It smells rich in nutrients as well. I'm quite impressed with the soil. It smells of garden actually. A garden after rain. And we are almost done. Two more spoonfuls. Usually you can tell by the soil of how it looks if it's still good or not, and the fact that the plant was not so root bound as I thought, it's also a good sign. It means it haven't been in this particular nursery pot for so long. So it's a good mix and a good nursery pot. Okay, now it's all mixed up and it's time to place back the plant in box in its new home. Okay, let's see how can we do this. It has a lot of small leaves over here at the base, so I'm going to try not to disturb these leaves, and I'm gonna leave a few of its aerial roots as well outside. Meanwhile, trying to cover properly the rest of the root system. Actually, I placed a little bit too much soil first. Okay, looks better, yes. Now, in time, after a few waterings, what's gonna happen? The soil will have to be replenished a little bit on top, but it's gonna be a while until then. So this is it, the final product, as I always like to say. This is one size larger pot than the one that it was before. We switched from a 5-inch to a 6-inch pot. And this is it. Oh, you cannot see me, but you don't have to see me. You have to see this beautiful red Anthurium plant. And luckily for me, it still fits in the same mask. Ta-da! This is it. And it's still gonna look as beautiful as before next to our TV in the living room. Now, while I'm repotting, usually I like to also propagate the plants either through pruning or through separating the plants. In this way, I could have done in this occasion. With this occasion, I could have done so because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 main stems. But I decided not to, because if I would have separated this plant, then guess what? This beauty bush would have been gone. The same effect would not have been achieved, and that's what I'm looking for. I like it the way it is, so I kept it all together, and I'm looking forward to see how it's going to grow in a few months from now. If you're interested, I'm gonna make how to care for Anthurium video in a few months' time, and I hope to see to show you also some new growth over here from the base. Thank you for watching, and as usually, stay safe, happy gardening, green thumbs, and press the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Thanks again. Bye bye.